Hello, it's Kathleen and Peter with another weekly wrap up for Health Declassified. And we are talking about the week ending, it's got to be the 12th of September, 2025. Wow, already. Did you know that you could be destroying your liver even though you don't touch alcohol? What? That sounds shocking. Kathleen, tell us all about it.
Well, Peter, this is a shocking revelation. Did you know that vitamin D deficiency is strongly linked to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease? It's a growing metabolic disorder that often develops silently until serious damage occurs. So this is an article from Dr. Mercola's site, and you can go to our newsletter to get the link to that. So it says here that research shows vitamin D controls liver function at the genetic level, activating fat-burning genes while suppressing fat storage, making it key for preventing and reversing liver damage. They found that in a study that in older animals, genes that break down fat were significantly suppressed. These are the genes your liver uses to burn fat for energy, and vitamin D supplementation switched them back on. It also lowered genes that drive fat storage. This
Mhm.
dual action helps liver shift away from fat storage and back into fat burning. So, vitamin D supplementation in studies significantly decreased liver fat, reduced inflammation, and restored proper mitochondrial structure and function, especially in older subjects. So they found that with aged mice, for example, which were supplemented with vitamin D, had much lower circulating free fatty acid, which means the liver wasn't overwhelmed by incoming fat. It also
Mhm.
indicated improved balance between fat uptake and fat breakdown, which is often lost in older adults with metabolic issues. So, other essential nutrients for liver health include vitamins E, B12, and folate, which work together to regulate fat metabolism, reduce inflammation, and support detoxification. So, practical solutions include eliminating vegetable oils, which
Mhm.
are high in linoleic acid, strategic sun exposure, testing your vitamin D levels, and combining vitamin D3 with magnesium and K2 when supplementing. So, there you go, Peter.
Wow. Interesting. We always thought that the only people at risk for damaging the liver, getting cirrhosis of the liver or other liver problems, were people who consume too much alcohol. But just
Right.
shows you, if you don't look after your diet and have enough vitamin D and get sunlight, of course, we're always talking about the importance of sunlight. Wow, thanks, Kathleen. That's interesting. I
Yes.
picked up a really interesting one on health this week.
Mhm.
And that is that huge numbers of middle-aged and older North Americans suffer from knee problems, osteoarthritis of the knee, and they are either have to live with the pain and try and medicate it away,
Mhm.
or go in for surgery, have a knee replacement. But what a number of scientists, and this is an article published in the Lancet, but I've got a link that we will put in our newsletter. This research showed that if you alter the angle that your foot hits the ground, so this is toe. You've heard about toe in and toe out for car wheel alignment.
Right.
Exactly the same thing with your feet. Just a very small adjustment in the angle that your toes line up as you progress forward can make a huge difference on the stress of your knee and can often reduce the inflammation and stop the arthritis getting worse. So, very often you should be, if you're diagnosed with a serious knee problem, go and see a coach, a walking coach or a running coach before you see a surgeon. I thought that was quite interesting, right?
It is interesting, Peter. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, good. And you have something on the health side, a product that you want to talk about. So why don't you go straight into that?
Absolutely, Peter. I want to talk about Slender Eyes. These are homeopathic and herbal drops, which come in day formulas and night formulas right here. These
Hmm.
are fantastic. If anybody is looking to lose any weight, I mean, this is just fabulous. But it's not just about weight loss, Peter. They suppress your appetite and balance hormones. They support proper thyroid function. They aid in digestion and they level out your sugars and insulin, all promoting a restful, deep sleep. On this particular program, ladies typically lose about a half a pound per day, and men lose about 3/4 of a pound per day. These are all natural, plant-based, hormonal, not hormonal drops, but herbal drops,
Herbal.
and they're hormone free. It's incredible. We're going to put a link to these drops below this video, Peter.
Good.
And and,
Excellent.
and Peter, I just want to mention that I've been taking these myself, and I have to tell you that I feel so much better. I've been sleeping well. I just generally my mood has been feeling more uplifted. It's been wonderful for me, and I really highly recommend them. Then there's one other thing, another product that I want to talk about, Peter, very briefly, and it's another one by Partner Co. called the Advantage. It comes
Hmm.
in supplement form like this, and it can help boost the metabolism and reduce body weight because it can help you burn calories at an absolutely incredible rate, which is 10 times faster than normal. It helps to reduce the visceral fat, which is an absolutely phenomenal product, Peter. So that's it for
Excellent.
me.
Well done. I wish I'd known about those at the beginning of the year because I was overweight at Christmas and I was determined to lose weight, and it's been a long and hard battle. I have lost over 10 kilos, 22 pounds, but it's been really strict change of diet and intermittent fasting and lots of exercise. So with those would have made my life a lot easier. Thank you for that. Right, let's tell you what happened on Health Declassified this week. Well, we didn't have a guest interview because we only do one every second week. So our last guest was last week, and that was Dr. Jeff Gross from Recelebrate, and he's a stem cell therapy expert, getting some amazing results of repairing cartilage. And we were talking about knees earlier, particularly in knees. It's a one, if you have a knee problem, it's worth, and it just out of interest, it's worth watching his episode.
It really is.
Next week, we'll have Dr. Lloyd Globerman, and he is a lifestyle intelligence expert, and he's developed an app which helps you eat, move, sleep, everything better, and keep track of it. So that's a good one coming up. 2 weeks after that will be Deborah Kadagian, and she is a psychotherapist, and she is an expert in psychedelic psychotherapy, and she oversees a lot of those programs, some of which are experimental, some of which are done in other countries. She's a really good one. And wrapping it up, 2 weeks after that will be Rabbi Daniel Cohen, who talks about living and leaving a life of legacy. So that's our lineup. We've got some really good guests coming up for you. And we normally talk about an author, featured author, and I must confess that I wanted to talk about Terry Tucker's new book. Terry Tucker he's a motivational expert, and he's got a really good story. He was on the show, about a year ago, I guess, Kathleen?
Yes.
And we've featured his one book before, and he's got a new one coming out, and I'm just waiting for the details. I hope I can have details to put in the newsletter. So Terry Tucker will be our featured author, and that is really it from me. So back to you, Kathleen.
Thank you so much for tuning into our show, and until next week, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.